It's your girl Kueen Knadii, and I'm out here. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Why they gotta hate on my way up? Second cheddar, I be on my way.
All right, so we got Kueen Knadii off the porch with us today.
She out here.
Yeah. How you feeling?
She feeling great.
Okay.
I call her third person because Kueen Knadii, that's my other character.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Who's the other characters then?
Well, my name Karina, so.
Okay.
So my stage name is Kueen Knadii, so I call that she because that's the other person.
Gotcha.
It's not me.
Gotcha. All right, well, I appreciate you coming by today. So originally from Philly?
Yes.
Okay.
Philly is where I stay, where I was at. Yeah.
So what was your childhood like growing up in Philly?
Childhood is kind of rough because like everybody, it's a lot of judgmental people. If you try to step out of the paradigm, like paradigm means like when you try to step out of what everybody else is doing, it's like you get hated on. But at the same time, you gotta use that as motivation, and that's why I'm so strong now, because it's like somebody tell me I can't do something, it just fuels me. Like you put a battery in your phone and that shit charged up. Yeah, like that.
Okay. So what were you into as a kid?
As a kid, I always played basketball. My mom always kept my ass in sports. So. Yeah. She always kept my ass in sports because she wanted me to stay out of trouble. So I was either playing basketball, volleyball, or track. So I did all three. Okay. Yeah. So you were pretty fast. Yeah, I was. Okay. I stopped playing. That's why I got thick. I was skinny. We was running all the time. So now I'm thick. I'm eating. It's quarantine. So yeah, it went in the right places. So
there you go. So you went to Delaware for college?
So I started off at Delaware State University. It's a crazy story. I started off at Delaware State University where I played basketball my freshman year at college. And towards the end, I got kicked off the team. What were you doing? I had straight A's. I was good. I had 3.5 GPA. I was doing good. And my major was movement science because I used to want to be, I was a nerd. So like I really wanted to like be a scientist. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Dr. Karina. You know what I'm saying? So my family was rooting for me. That's like, yeah, we're going to have a first doctor in the family. Mm-hmm. When they found out I wanted to rap instead, it was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Because nobody looked at that as like a real career. And I had to like realize, okay, I went to, my story going all over the place, but y'all gonna get there. Y'all gonna get there. Yeah. So back to Delaware State. I was at Delaware State. I got kicked off the team. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this school. I'm mad. I love Delaware State. That's where I wish I didn't go. Like, I wish I didn't transfer, but I said, fuck the school, and I ended up going to University of Delaware. So, like, where I'm from, like I said, I'm from Philly. I'm used to seeing black faces. I went to a HBCU, seeing black faces all the time. I go to University of Delaware, I'm scared as shit. I'm the only black person in my biology class. Ain't no black person was taking biology, no. I mean, it was, but it was probably like 5% people. So, that shit scared the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna lie. But that shit made me stronger because like I'm like now I could be diverse. Like now if I want to go talk to a Chinese person, white person, I could speak all races. So not all races. I could speak Spanish, but not all races. But I could speak with any other cultures. So yeah. So that's how I'm here now. Okay. So did you finish school? Yeah, I ended up finishing at University of Delaware with my bachelor's in exercise science. Nice. There you go. So what did you do after college? Did you stay in Delaware? Did you go to Philly? After college, I didn't want to go back to Philly, and then I didn't want to stay in Delaware. So I decided to do music, so that's why I came to Atlanta, because I'm like, you know what? Ain't nobody really rapping how I spit in Atlanta, so I might as well go to another signal. But I just feel like if you come up in your own city, it's harder versus then going to another city where nobody knows you, because the shit that people was telling me where I'm from, like, oh, your music sounds like where the street shit at, like this is not good. And so I let that stop me from doing what I was supposed to do. So moving to Atlanta really like opened my horizon on like the opportunities is limitless. Because I'm like, man, I'm meeting all these strangers. They telling me I'm dope. Why everybody back where I love y'all though, but like, damn, like. Yeah, so that answers that question. Was it an easy transition coming down here to Atlanta, to the South, from up north? You know, nobody don't like talking about their struggles. Especially as a female, it's hard to like really want to talk about your struggles. But me first coming to Atlanta, I moved with my cousin or whatever. I love my cousin too, but I gotta be real with myself in my life. I moved with my cousin. He said, oh, yeah, you could come down or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to come down. He was like, he thought I was coming down just to get a job because, you know, I had my bachelor of exercise science. He got like these high expectations thinking I'm about to just work at a hospital, shit like that. So when I came down here and he saw like me rapping on Instagram and I did a vlog of his apartment and shit, he basically was like, you got to leave within 5 days. Like, you got to go back to Philly, Delaware, or you could be with my mom. And his mom lived like 2 hours out.
Oh, wow. So
I ended up, so he found out I was trying to be there for music. It was like, you're cut off. And I was like, oh, okay. So, like I said, we all originally from Philly. And like I said, the type of hate that's in Philly is a bunch of more love too. Like everybody calls it brotherly love. It is a whole lot of love when you do get love, but the hate is just also as strong as the love. You feel what I'm saying? So, so I was living with his mom, and then I ended up coming back to Atlanta, found a job. Long story short, I was living in 6 different Airbnbs, hustling, went into school so I didn't have to pay my loans back. And I got my, ended up getting my car and stuff like that. And then it was just like, I ain't hear from nobody. So I was able to just start a whole new journey in a new city. None of my people want to talk to me because you're a traitor, you want to. Okay, so now I'm here, but yeah, so that's pretty much answers that question.
Okay. So what had inspired you to start rapping at first?
What inspired me? I always loved rap. Like my dad used to rap when he was younger. And he was coming up and stuff like that. He even was getting as close as signing to Def Jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was in a rap group or whatever. So I always used to hear him rap and I just got inspired. And then also like growing up, he used to always play Jay-Z. He's always playing 50 Cent. He's always playing these rappers. And I'm like, this is what I'm growing up listening to. I'm rocking with my dad. We in the car listening to Jay-Z. H to the Izzo. All right. But nah, for real, like... So that's what got me into hip hop. And then I started wanting to rap. I started sending my dad like voicemails of me rapping and stuff. So he was like, yo, you're really talented. Like he was like, for real, like you're really talented. So I was like, wow, like hearing that from him. And then like, I just started doing it. I just started rapping, listening to, I don't know, I was obsessed with 50 Cent for some reason.
Oh yeah.
As a little girl, you should not, a 9-year-old girl should not be obsessed with no 50 Cent. No offense, but I was like, damn, but it was just, something about the way he was rapping, and I was just so inspired. My favorite song was 21 Questions.
Okay.
And then growing up, like, the whole Young Money crew for me. Like, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Lil Wayne. Like, Lil Wayne was, like, my favorite rapper as well. So, growing up, I was just listening to Young Money. Like, I think they really shaped the culture for real. Like, if you ask me, in my eyes, in my upbringing, I feel like they shaped my generation, like, culture, like, the whole Young Money crew.
Yeah. So, do you write your raps? Do you freestyle, punch in, or?
Well, I started off as a songwriter, so
okay.
I'm more of creating like hit songs. I'm thinking like, okay, what is this song that I could hear Beyonce on? What is this song I'm writing that I could hear Megan on and stuff like that? I always hear songs for other people, but also I'm just a creator, what do they call it? Creative innovator, that's the word. I'm a creative innovator, and so I could be an artist, I could be a songwriter. So, and that's when another part of the story of me coming down here, like I said, I went back to school. I went back to school for audio engineering here downtown at SAE Institute. So it was kind of weird. I was like the only girl in the class.
Really?
Yeah, so it was a great experience for me. It was a great school, and I learned like the sound of music. And like I really, what am I trying to say? I'm so passionate about music that I want to learn about the science behind it. I want to learn about, okay, how do people make these hit songs? I want to learn about how is these songs so relatable to these people? Like that's the type of shit that I think about when I'm in the process of songwriting.
Yeah,
yeah.
Gotcha. So how would you describe your style? Are you mostly bars? Are you mixing some melody in there, or?
I'm mainly both, but when I mix the two, the song goes so hard. It's like I'll have that melodic sound that the young kids like today, but then it's like I'm old school. I feel like I'm in this generation, but I'm still part of like, if anybody was like 90s, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I mix both together, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I want to call it like pop hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with your rap name? Or this alter ego.
Kueen Knadii, my alter ego. So Kueen Knadii, she's fearless, she's unstoppable. When she gets to it, she gets the job done. But my mom actually came up with the name Kueen Knadii because my name is Kueen Knadii. And growing up, everybody used to call me Queen, or like, oh, you look like Queen Latifah, or Queen, you know what I'm saying? Because we both thick, we both stallions, you know what I'm saying? So people just be like, oh, you look like Queen. So I was like, all right, Kueen Knadii. But my mom was like, no, put a K in front of the Knadii and make the K silent. I was like, that's gonna be complicated. Nobody's gonna fucking remember you hired, people be hired shit. Nobody's gonna feel like typing in a K. But I listened to it, and that's what made it so unique and stand out and different. So yeah.
And you built your following by doing freestyles on IG?
Yeah, so I started off so damn shy. God damn. I used to take, I don't got my phone right now, but I used to take I used to be in my mom's basement, literally. Had my phone and just holding my selfie up like this. It would be my fucking chin on up. That's how scared I was. Yes, like, so I would just be rapping in the camera like this, but you could tell like, it's a person trying to push through anxiety, push through people that saying you can't do it, push through depression almost. Because it's like, when you're stepping out of the paradigm and you're trying to do something that everybody else is not doing, it's going to be complicated. Because now everybody's like, wait, you're not doing what everybody's supposed to be doing. You're not doing what everybody, this is the wave. Like, what are you fuck is you doing? Type shit. So, I don't even know where the fuck it was ending, but that was the point.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on the rise of the female rappers these past few years?
Man, I love it, honestly. I love the strength, like the woman empowerment, just like the confidence that they give other women and stuff like that. I do feel like it could be a little bit more versatility. Because back when I was growing up, I could listen to Nicki Minaj, and then I could turn on Lauryn Hill, and then it's like people who, I have a 7-year-old brother, and I have an 18-year-old brother, and they don't even know who these dope ass like artists is. So they think, I'd be asking my little brother, I'd be like, who you think is hard or whatever? He'd be like, Lil Tecca, like one of these. He like, Lil Tecca, man, he like a god to me. I was like, okay. They don't know nothing about Michael Jackson, nothing. I mean, he knows like Chris Brown and like the people that, but I'm talking about anybody from the 90s, they don't even know. So I'm like, damn. So these are the people that they're looking up to. Like growing up, when I could look up the Queen Latifah, my cousin can just look up the Cardi B, or that's it. It ain't no other person that they could look up to. But like I said, I respect everybody and everybody what they do. Yeah. It's just, I feel like it could be a little bit more versatility, and just giving other females a chance to get that mainstream spotlight. Even if it's not even me. Even if I was in this shit as just a songwriter, writing for other artists, I'm cool with that. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Has Atlanta embraced you? Have they shown you a lot of support musically since you've been out here?
Atlanta show a lot of love. Like, this is why I love Atlanta. People be like, yeah, why you move to Atlanta? People like, oh, don't move there. It's too many gays there. Oh, you don't wanna fuck up and get HIV out there. Oh, you don't want, but they don't talk about the people that help them. They don't talk about the opportunities that's there. They don't talk about the people that you could meet. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to all those thoughts that people's putting me in my head to make me feel like, you know, I'm crazy. Like it ain't possible. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm so glad that I listened to my intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta take that leap of faith.
You do. You really do.
All right, so you got this new single, On My Way Up. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about this song?
On My Way Up is me reflecting on my whole journey that I was on my way up. Me, like I said, coming from Philly, then going to Delaware, coming to Atlanta, trying to overcome all those obstacles while you're on your way up. You ever see that picture on IG and it's like a person trying to walk up the steps and right there they got their friends, your haters, you fucking lost your job, COVID, shit like that. I'm the person walking up the steps trying to boom, boom, boom on my way up and get there without having all those other voices in my head and just listening to my intuition, you know what I'm saying? So me coming up, it just wasn't easy. And it's not gonna be easy, especially for a female. My complexion, you know what I'm saying? So I can really get deep, but I feel like sometimes I don't get there because I might feel too deep for some people. You know what I'm saying? So on my way up, I feel like anybody can relate to this song. Anybody that's trying to come up, that's going through this and that, just having all this stuff, you gotta see the clear vision. And that's what On My Way Up is, the clear vision for me.
And you got a documentary out for the song too, right?
So I put the documentary out showing like little clips of my journey and just talking about the difference between Karina and Kueen Knadii. I feel like people need to know that because a lot of the people that knew me for Karina don't accept Kueen Knadii at all. And that's why I feel like when I say Karina, it's almost like the old me. Kueen Knadii is like me coming into my higher self. Mm-hmm. And that's like, damn, this is deep. I need to stop. I need to stop preaching for y'all.
Come on,
but it's me.
Give it to us. Come on, don't stop.
I need to stop preaching to these kids. It's like, no, let me stop. But Kueen Knadii is me coming into like my higher self, which I felt like when I was getting to that, people just wasn't accepting it. It's like people like, oh, where's Karina? This is not, oh, Karina was the girl with anxiety and depression and was just very insecure and didn't want to talk. That's the person you want? Okay. You don't want to see me elevate. You don't want to see me be greater than my old self. So it was almost like that type of barrier. And when I came into Kueen Knadii, the people who love Karina, they don't want to speak to me. Yeah, but they'll watch this. That's what I love, though.
They got to watch the success, you know? So are you working on a new project right now or kind of just focusing on singles and videos at this moment?
You know how like COVID felt like you were hibernating, you just couldn't get out the house? That whole hibernation was just like my whole like master planning. And when I master plan, I go into the studio. And the things that I talk about, how we're talking now, I put into my music. I don't really do too much talking because I'm like, I'll just put it all I'll pour it all out into the song. So the whole COVID, I was just writing a bunch of songs and I recorded them. So they're pretty much just ready for release, visual, release. And that's the type of thing I'm trying to do. That's why I'll come out with On My Way Up so you can get me, like you can understand my life and who I am. And then I'm going to come out with the other songs. But like I said, I'm a songwriter, so I can write all genres. A lot of people think, a lot of people think like, because I'm writing a pop song, that I'm not going to come out with some hard hip hop. And that's what fucked people up because I started off coming out with hard hip hop. People didn't even expect me to drop a song like On My Way Up. So it's like, you can't really be in my lane. I'm in my own lane because I'm going to keep switching my lane. Yeah. I'm going to keep switching my lane so nobody going to be able to be in my lane.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And speak about some of the challenges that come with being an independent artist as well.
Funding your own career, trying to get people, I guess, to support you without you being such a major artist because people just want to work with the straight person. Like, when I first moved out here, I was trying to get beats from people. Yo, let's work. Let's get a beat or whatever. They like, nah, I'm saving this shit for Nicki Minaj. Like, you just a little rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't say that, but like that's what it came off as. Like, so that and what else? Yeah, just really that. Just like trying to get the funding and just like trying to get your name out there without like having a whole team. Because me, I don't have a team. Everything I do and operate off of me. I get help from my mom and my brother sometimes, but it's not like I'll be like, all right, I styled my own hair. I did my own makeup today. Meek, what's her name? Nails by Meek. Yeah, Nails by Meek. So, yeah, so I pretty much do everything. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What else are you working on?
So what's next? I'm planning on just releasing another song like around July, and just dropping another visual and just keep going because I'm starting literally from the bottom. That's why I said in my song, from the bottom on my way up, because like I'm still, in my eyes, I'm not where I want to be. So I don't call it like, I'm not saying like I'm at the bottom right now, but because I'm not all the way at the top, I feel like somewhat people still look at me at the bottom. And then it's like you being in the middle, and then you got some people still at the bottom trying to say, don't do it, don't do it. Then you got people at the top that's inspiring you, but then they also find you a threat, so they don't really want to help you like that either. So you go through that as well. But that's pretty much it for me. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, I just feel like, oh, what the fuck? I'm forgetting to mention my business. So, backtrack. This past summer, I went over to LA because I wanted to live out there, but I didn't know that shit was going to be that expensive. Me and my brother, we drove all the way there. Like, we drove from, yes, like, it was a fucking 3-hour trip. I mean, it was not 3 hours. The fuck?
3 days.
3 days, yeah, 3 days, definitely 3 days, not 3 hours.
It's like, how fast are you driving?
Yeah. It was a 3-day trip. Like, I mean, we had to drive from Atlanta to Dallas, stop at Dallas, go to stop at the Airbnb, then wake up the next day, drive all the way there. So, like, I wish I showed this because I'm like, yo, this shit that we did was crazy. I mean, it was an epic fail, but the shit we did, the shit we did to, like, try to get there, it was crazy. Like, we drove 3 hours. We got there. Like, we met people. I started working out with, like, this trainer who worked out with, like, Netflix people and stuff like that. Like, so it was cool. But then we came back to Atlanta because it just was getting crazy. It went shut down in LA. So it just wasn't nothing to do. Like, everything was shut down. I was like, I might as well just go back to Atlanta. Everything open. I could just, like, still continue what I came out here to do. And so when I was out there, I keep forgetting what the fuck I'm saying, but when I was out there, I started an LLC called Kueen Music Productions because I really was trying to figure out, okay, where do I want to go with my songwriting? Because when you're multi-talented and you have a lot of skills, it's hard to try to figure out how to do one thing that you could just be great at. So I was trying to think, like, damn, how could I put all my skills and all my talents in one? So what did I want to say? Oh yeah, so I started my LLC when I was in California, and I called it Kueen Music Productions. And when I was in Atlanta, I seen, like, a lot of people needing help for songwriting and stuff like that. So it made me think, like, how can I get artists to be able to write songs? Because a lot of people don't got time to write. Like, people want to go to the studio, and if they already have a song ready for them, it's like this. It's easy to go. So I was like, I might as well just start up Kueen Music Productions. And so it's a songwriting business for artists or other songwriters that might want to get help with their songwriting, like writing hooks, writing their verses and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make it like it's a virtual business right now. Okay. So people can actually go on queenmusicproductions.com, go to the homepage, and then go to the website and then book a consultation with me. And from there, we could talk about their song, where they want to go with their visual for the song and stuff like that, and come up with how we can make the song best fit industry standards. And that's kind of like what I wanted to do with Kueen Music Productions. So
that's really dope right there.
Yeah. I really was thinking, because I was like, I love music. I mean, I love music and I want to be an artist. How can I put all of this in one? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start my own damn Kueen Music LLC, and I'm gonna be the first damn artist under my LLC, and I'm gonna be proud on it. And I'm gonna bring other people up with me. Like, who wants to really go to the top alone? Yeah. And I feel like you're not a boss if you're not trying to help other people in some type of way, using what your God-given talents was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Any shout outs before we wrap it up here today?
First of all, I want to shout out God, because that's my motivation. Then I want to shout out my mom. She's always there for me. I want to shout out all the people that worked on my way up. Like, when I went to Patchwork Studios when I recorded it, I had Luke. He actually mixed and engineered it. I had, what is his name? What is it? I'm trying to think of his Instagram name. By Calvin D. He actually shot the music video, which is coming out soon in a couple of weeks, or whenever he gets done. I want to shout out Meek Beauty Bar Nails. She's a Black-owned business. She does, these are actually press-on nails, and these shits lasted me for 3 weeks. Y'all get them nails from the store, they gonna fall off. Who else? And that's it. God first.
Why